Hello, I'm back. This is the Scoop and Trudy show. And guess who's missing this time? For the last couple of weeks, I haven't been able to be right on hand, but only by telephone, or what do you call it? Not telephone anymore. That's old age.
Well, we call in.
Calling
they still call it a telephone.
But who's missing today? She's getting back at me. The lovely, the one and only Sherry, the boss for Scoop.
That's right.
But she's coming. She's on her way.
On her
so
way.
You're going to have to put up with me for right now because there's a lot of things I'd like to talk to you about. The first thing I'd like to get off my mind is thank you all for that celebration that we had last week. Wasn't that a gas?
Yeah, that was cool.
That was really cool, and Philly Cam did its part. All my friends came out, and I met new friends, and that was a great honor and a great day.
You even had the big wigs come out.
CBS was there,
Congressman
did a little,
Evans showed
little
up.
thing for us. And I have so many people to thank. I'm getting around to it. It kind of took my wind for the first couple of days, but I am getting around to all of you to thank you. And, hey, I liked it so much, we may do it again.
Yeah, why not?
But we had plenty to eat, plenty to wash it down.
Well, we had a lot to drink until certain people got their lips on it.
We just had a great time, and I hope you stay on our Facebook for a while so you can see some of the people that you might have missed and some of the people who were there and you weren't. That's your fault.
But you were invited.
You certainly were invited. But that's the way it goes. You can't make everything, and I know that your best wishes were with us because we've received a lot of things on Facebook and comments, so thank you very much to all of you. But, getting on with what I'm supposed to do here today, in addition to thanking people, we've been talking here about making sure you get your health checkups for the weeks and the months that are coming up. It's now winter, folks. Put on the clothes you're supposed to put on. We had a little snow dribble here the other day.
Yeah, like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
That was 5-10 minutes too
Scared
long.
me. I don't know about you, but I don't particularly care for the snow. I like snow for 2 weeks around Christmas time or first of the year.
I like snow
and
on
it
TV.
It looks pretty. No, but it looks pretty when you look out there. No one has trampled on it. The dogs haven't finished it off. And so it does look pretty, but that's about it.
Until you
but
go out.
Have you ever noticed that it's a little warmer after the snow or during the snow? The weather gets warmer.
I never noticed that.
Yeah. When I was a kid, we did have 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter.
What's fall?
Fall would be around October, Halloween, and so forth, getting ready for winter. But when winter came, we had snow, and the sidewalks would be banked with snow. And every Christmas, you knew there were 2 things under the tree: a bobsled and a snowsuit.
Okay.
3 things. And galoshes. You know what galoshes are?
Nope.
Those boots that come up to your knees, and you hook them. You hook them all the way down. So
I don't know if they still make those. I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Well, maybe some of the guys who work out at nighttime have to move cars and sleds and things like that. They don't call them galoshes. I haven't seen that word in ages.
No, I'm going to do a Google search.
Okay.
See if they
While
still
you're
have it.
doing that, everybody now is turned on to Christmas, getting ready to give gifts and things like that. But the biggest and the nicest gift you can give someone is your love, your attention, and obedience to your parents and those who love you and try to take care of you during this time. It's great to, give presents. But presents really come from the heart, and it's all what you think of that person and how you show it to them. And so give them some love. I think that's the nicest thing you can do. I think one of the other nice things that you do around Christmas time, if you can cook, baking cookies or baking a cake and putting your hard-earned efforts into it.
Right.
And there's so many nice things you can do without going out and spending a whole lot of money.
As long as I'm not the one baking, because you know what happened the last time I tried
eating,
that.
Huh? Oh, no, you're okay. You're okay.
I tried my
but
best.
You just don't eat anything.
Right. Yeah.
You like junk food. And I really am sorry about that. People should have some kind of sustenance when they do what you do all day long. What do you do all day long anyway? We're talking to Shorty, the guy who runs things.
I don't run anything.
Or runs from things, but
Right.
What do you eat? You like that junk food?
Yes.
Well, I had some last night for dinner, and I didn't like it. And I'm not going to tell you whose it was. But
'cause we don't
I
want to
did
get
not
sued.
like it. I went and got in the car late and said, oh, boy, I won't have to cook tonight. I'm going to get some of this junk food Shorty's always talking about.
Yeah.
I went and got some junk food, and I did not like it.
You ordered the wrong kind, that's why.
Or maybe that was it. But anyway, it was just my choice because the place was crowded. Other people getting junk food from
but
that
that's
same
a good
place.
thing. You never want to go get junk food when the place is empty. Because
that
then you
makes
get the
sense.
old food. You want it fresh.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was crowded.
Yes.
And nobody was paying me. And I ordered biscuits, and I ordered chicken, and I ordered even onion rings.
Okay. The
Which
onion
I
rings
like.
were good though, right?
No. Now, I just didn't like it. I've tasted better. Let me put it this way.
Okay.
I'm not a junkie eater, but I've tasted better.
Well, it's kind of like caviar, I guess, for you. It's an acquired taste.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
If you want to
And
talk
trust
about
me,
it
I
that
got
way.
the taste.
I feel very good this month, particularly because I have a relative. I don't have many relatives, but my husband's got loads of them. And one of my relatives, or his relative, his sister, is visiting here from another country. Now, she has rights to go. She was born in Nassau. She went to Canada, married a Canadian, and then took out citizenship in Canada,
Okay.
and now lives in Costa Rica. And so when you have all of that behind you, you kind of think you're smart. Oh, smart ass. She knows everything. She puts me to shame. She knows everything. As soon as I mention anything near one of those countries, I know about that.
Because
But
she's
she's
international.
sweet as she can be, and she's so intelligent.
Right.
I just get mad sometimes. Oh, shut up, will you? You don't have to tell it all. But that's the way with your relatives. But
Right.
she is very handy at cooking. She's very handy at sewing. She's very handy at artwork.
Okay.
So she's a smart ass. I love her. I love having her here. And then his other sister who lives in England, she's also from Nassau. I married an Englishman, and she now lives in England.
How long has she lived there?
Oh, I guess about 30 years now.
Does she have the accent?
Oh, Joan always had the accent.
Yeah, I love the accent.
She
The
always
accent
had
is
that.
cool.
But see, they have a great accent in the Bahamas.
Okay.
I've always loved Ken's accent. I didn't want him to get rid of it. But well, it is what it is. But I love accents.
That's not a Jamaican accent, though, right?
No, no, and you can't say that in all the islands. You have to be able to tell and differentiate between Jamaicans and Bahamians and Trinidadians. Yeah, there she goes again. But anyway,
From
you have to
people from Trinidad.
Yeah, people, all of them. You have to know the different accents and know where they're from. Is that right, Ken? Yeah, he's shaking his head. You better, or you get thrown out.
I can do a Jamaican accent.
I don't try that because if you mess it up, you're gonna be in trouble. Don't do that. Don't do it. Stick with American accent. When you're in America, do the American accent, right?
Okay.
But I'll tell you a funny thing that happened to me in school. We, when I went to Howard, you were prohibited from going to the movies downtown and sitting anywhere. Okay. You just had one place you could sit, and that was in the balcony. But there were a group of Africans who went to Howard, and they put on their garb, their dress garb, their real garb, went downtown, and they went to the ticket office and said, "Donnez-moi du ticket." That my French is terrible. But anyway, they spoke French and got in and sat where they wanted to. Okay. So the accent can come in handy.
Yes, it does.
It can really come in handy when you're not expecting it to be. Christmas decorations. Let's talk about them. We have time?
Right after this break.
Right after this message. Therese is here. She's in the house.
She's in the building.
She's parking the car.
Yes.
She just went, I don't know what's wrong with my throat.
She's fashionably late. She's such a fashionista.
She is.
Yes, she is.
Well, you should see this girl when she walks in. She throws open the door, and there she is, looking sharp.
Yep.
And sharp as a tack. Is that millennium? Sharp as a tack?
No, I think that phrase went out like in 19.
I come up with all these darn phrases,
yeah.
And people look at me. Where did she come from?
Well, I think we should bring some of them back, like solid, right on.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we start working on that. Solid.
Okay, solid. Everything is solid.
Everything
Do you know what
solid.
it means?
No.
It means that you're right on tack. Everything's A-OK.
Everything is A-OK.
A-OK.
Okay.
Anyway.
Nowadays you say everything is tight or it's lit.
Okay.
Right.
I guess. Hey, a lot of those things reach the vocabulary in the dictionary.
Yeah.
You can see a lot of those things in the dictionary now.
They become like new words. They actually make them official words in the dictionary. Yeah.
Like, there's a phrase that most people use, I seen him.
Mm.
And so now seen has taken on another meaning, that you saw him. But that's the word.
Well,
But that's a grammatical error.
Grammatically, you're right.
Yeah, but it now has taken on as a verb as well as a pronoun or a noun.
Well, it's better than synced.
Which one is that?
I synced them.
I think.
Because
That's
the way, like some of us in New Orleans would say it.
Oh, well, now that's different. If you have a dialect
exactly.
accent because of where you come from the country, look at all those that come from the South, honey child.
Yes. I'm not too bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah, and I haven't even been South, honey child.
Now, if you haven't been South, you can't fake the accent, Miss Trudy. It's like doing a Jamaican accent.
Oh, don't do it, because you may get it wrong, and then we'll have all the others up here talking about, who's that alien?
Yeah, who's that impersonating us?
Yeah. Anyway, we started talking about Christmas decorations, and they're lovely. I hope people get around to see what they've done downtown. It really has come alive around City Hall with the ice skating and the village, shopping village.
You need to do that, Miss Trudy. Ice skate.
Too cold.
No, do the ice
it's cold,
skating.
Man. You're going to drive me around.
Yeah, we should do that.
You go and bring something back.
You talk about going viral, we'd have 1 million views. Miss Trudy on ice.
No. You're not going to get me on skates again. The last time I was on skates, I broke my wrist.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, the roller skates. Now, with the cold and the falling, you're not going to get me on some ice skates. But when I first came to Philadelphia in 1965, one of the first young women that I met was on ice skates. And you know where the ring was? It was down where you could see between, how can I describe this? It wasn't around City Hall at all, but it was about a block away. And there's a big opening in the walkway in the courtyard.
Oh, do you mean across the street by the municipal?
No, it's not. It's not even the municipal building. It would be adjacent to the municipal building. Anyway, it was down.
Love Park.
Adjacent to Love Park. It was on the other side, of Kennedy.
Okay.
But adjacent to Love Park. Okay. Yes. And there's a big opening there, oval opening, and it was down there, and one of the first people.
There
I told you, didn't I tell
looking
you?
Sharp. Let me take a picture.
Didn't I tell you when she walked in, it was going to be pause, baby, pause.
Yeah, with a fur on. Look at her. Got a turtleneck on.
And her fur,
with the
jacket.
bag. Yeah, look at her. Everything coordinated.
Yeah. Now.
Always.
Was I doing okay? Waiting for you. Look at the
I
mining.
actually just started listening to you 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right, let's get her hooked up. Get her
headphones
on.
Oh. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
That's my sister-in-law. She's my sister-in-law, and her name is Margaret.
And
this
my
is
grandmother's
Cherie.
name. One of my favorite people in the world in my entire life.
All right, we getting our headphones on, getting in position.
Her name is Margaret. My mother is Margarita.
Oh, where is she from? We've been talking about.
All right.
Hi, everyone. Ups. Am I on? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're on.
But I'm not on. I can't hear myself.
You good?
My headphones always give me problems.
All right, keep talking.
So I have to apologize for being fashionably late.
No, that's all right. I mean, I had you have your day today.
Oh, no.
'Cause I had been late, and I had to carry on without you, and I'm scared.
What you scared for?
How did you do that? How did you hold the audience like
Oh,
that?
because I imagine I had a room full of people.
Okay, there's a trick to everything. But Scoop, I've been loving your pages because every time I pick it up now, the front page.
It hits you. It's
It's colorful
I
and
know.
newsy and everything. So what is this we have today that's not?
Oh, so if anybody knows, there are so many things going on in Philadelphia, particularly North Philadelphia. There are so many openings and grand openings and moving. It's so much going on. And last Monday, just passed, they reopened the Met.
The Met?
Oh,
yes.
You know what we used to do with the Met?
Mm-hmm.
We used to sing gospel there. All the gospel groups used to go there and blast away.
Where's the Met at?
The Met is directly around the corner from my office on the corner of Broad and Poplar and between Poplar and Parish.
That great big white
that's what
building.
it is?
Yes, across from DocuCare. Yes.
That great, it's a great, you should see the inside. What
It's
they've
beautiful.
done with, isn't
Well,
it gorgeous?
they didn't allow us in because I was at the grand opening, but the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
But that night, Monday night, they had their first show. And from what I understand, the show was awesome. I'm sure it was because it's the Met. Like, who wouldn't? But one thing, being in the neighborhood, I'm already unhappy because I left. I go home at 5 and came back at 7 and had no parking spot until after 11.
Oh, really?
Yes, so I'm not a happy resident
I'm going to
right
tell you
now.
what to do about that.
Yeah, it's to not go home.
I will tell you what to do about that.
What's the trick?
Well, you have to go across the street and talk to the place you go for your little foodies. What is it? Is it
Hey, McDonald's?
yeah, McDonald's.
I don't want to park in there. Like, I have at night. There's a nice concave right in front of my building where my car is parked because usually I'm the only person out there. And I push my start button from in my window. I start my car and I go down. It's
But
so
not that
convenient. No, that night I had to go out at 11 o'clock after their show was over, move my car from around the corner in front of the door so I can continue to work until 1 or 2. So it's major inconvenience. Major. But the Met's around the corner.
That's cool.
It is cool.
I was wondering what that was.
And you've seen inside, haven't you?
No, I have not.
Oh, they showed it on TV, and it looks elevated.
And growing up in North Philly and actually growing up around the corner, I know for a fact that it's been closed almost half of my life.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
most of my life. It's been closed.
10
I'm telling you,
years?
it has been closed.
I remember
It's been closed like 10, 12 years?
watching church on it as like
Yes.
a kid, 8 or 9 years
I'm telling
old.
you, we were seeing
It
all
was-
the gospel groups.
Yeah, it
would
was
come
the
and
church
sing
on
it.
TV. It was the only church
Yeah.
in the city of Philadelphia that had a TV program.
I would like to see what happened to those gospel groups.
So,
we'll be right back.
Yeah.
So, we've got a lot of things coming up for the holiday week. I know you're going to be going, but you try to make everything. That's the way I used to be. But right now, I'm cooling it.
You cool on it?
I'm cooling it. I'm just going to go those places that I can get these 2 legs to go.
Well, I'm going to go to as many things as I possibly can
I know
because
you
it's
are.
very likely that come the holidays, I'm going to have to go back down south. So I need to do as much as I can and be physically seen so that people know that Scoop
that
is
you're still around.
Mm-hmm. And then I can leave and go and help take care of my in-laws.
We're gonna keep people involved,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna know you're still around. So don't worry. Like Tyrone Reed here in your paper.
Yeah, exactly.
He keeps us both well known and involved.
Tyrone keeps me on my toes.
Yeah, I see he's in here with me and celebrating my celebration last week. We missed you.
I am so sorry.
Listen,
But you
nothing
know what?
you can do about
I'm
that.
going to tell you, God is so good. I was in South Carolina helping with my father-in-law, and since we came home Sunday.
Yeah, you had to fly in.
I flew
By
in, flew
itself,
out,
and then drive
back with my
Yeah.
husband. And we made it back Sunday. And when we got home, we were apprehensive about, because my mother-in-law was in another state. She wasn't even in Georgia where she originally lives. So we were apprehensive about leaving her there and just knowing she was by herself. But God is good, because they moved my father-in-law back to Savannah. And now she can at least be home with her family and her friends and a support system. Because since we live in Philly, it's hard. It's really hard to have your parents in another state. So God is good. That worked out. And we know for a fact that we'll be going back and forth, but it won't be exactly. Yeah, it won't be what it was last week.
Yeah. Well, you got back safely, and as you said, God is good.
As I say, I'm coated. I'm covered.
Yeah.
I am so covered, because there is so much work that the Lord has for me to do. I have so much to do. It is good. So I'm covered. I get through so many things, and I don't understand how or why, but I know that I'm blessed. So let's talk real quick, because we don't have a lot of time, about what's coming up and what we're going to be doing
Well,
over
you
the
have
next
all the
week.
news on that.
Some news. Let's see, because I did this last night, but actually right now I'm blank. I don't remember anything.
Did you go to sleep?
Very little, which is why I was running late today.
Scoop, Scoop,
So
you do know things going on.
Yeah.
You've been out there in the street. What's going on?
Well, let's talk real quick. The sheriff's cell, they've been talking about moratoriums and all of this stuff. So he's started an educational program. He's helping people learn about the sheriff's cell. So this weekend, at the 3801 Market Street building, they're having how to buy property at the sheriff's cell, a seminar to help people learn. Yeah, and actually he has translators on site so that they can translate in other languages, so that anybody who comes in can actually learn.
Sheriff's cell, talk a little about that, though. That's pretty good if people are looking for their first car. Is that a good place to look?
They say it's a win and a lose, because for every
opportunity
every opportunity at the sheriff's cell, for the most part, is somebody who has lost their home. So it's a win for somebody, but it's also a dramatic loss for somebody else, which is where it becomes that hurt, and that the discussions that are going around about moratoriums and about the people, unfortunately, who are losing their homes, being the minorities, the people who really can't even afford to keep them. So we are trying to, I hope and pray that they're actually trying to figure out some programs to help people, so that they can at least have a couple of pushes and boosts to try to help them make sure that they don't end up in that situation. What else we got going on here? Oh, let me tell you all what I did. Earl is looking at what I did. So Scoop we moved to another level this week.
Oh, okay.
We have Kids Scoop in our paper. So while I was in South Carolina,
that's what that is. Okay.
as I was getting off the plane Wednesday, I actually had I was searching Scoop. And I search Scoop so often. You know how often I search my name to see how I am doing as far as hits. And for some reason, I searched Scoop, and this is because I'm covered. Kids Scoop popped up, and I was like, oh, my God, I need this. And between Friday and Monday, I actually contracted with the people who have Kids Scoop in California. And this program is something that's done in several states.
I like this.
And they actually educate our youth using newspapers.
Okay, cool.
Holiday science.
Everything. Nouns, verbs, math, English. They say that you can learn everything that you need from a newspaper. All different subjects. It's not just current events. It's actually history, which is what we do. Social studies, reading, math, science. Everything is covered here.
And fun.
And the program that they have teaches you how to use the newspaper.
So put your smartphones down, folks.
And it comes with the teaching tool for teachers. So it's so awesome.
Well, this is going to be in every week?
Yes, it is. Yep. So I'm looking for people to sponsor the page to help educate our youth, because unfortunately in Philadelphia, you know that a lot of our schools don't have the proper books and stuff in the schools. So if this is an option, then they can do that. So
how do they get in touch? I mean, what do they do?
They can go to ScoopUSAmedia.com or actually download our app, Scoop USA.
All righty. You heard it from the person who knows the best.
Thank
See you next week.